What's going on, guys? So you have asked me to do a updated video on my bait tank that I made from a freezer. Some of you guys may have seen that or may have not, but this is the bait tank right here, and it's still working great. It's doing fine. I have done a little bit of modification to it since. I went to a yard sale, it's like about 3 months ago, and I found this pump here, and this is, or a filter, I guess is what it is, and it's for a swimming pool. And the guy sold it to me for $3, and it's really made a big difference on keeping my bait tank clean and oxygenated or aerated, I guess. But let me show you pretty much what I've done. So this hose here is the water coming in, sucking in, and this is the hose coming out. And if you notice, there's two different hoses. This one's more rigid. When I first started, I tried this hose here, and what would happen is it would suck it shut because this one's flexible, so it'd squeeze it, and then it would put pressure on the pump. It wouldn't work. So what I did is this hose here is just hose from a washing machine. It's the drain hose, and if you might recognize this from it's what you use to water your yard or your garden. And I just stuck it in this hose, and I clamped it on, and it keeps the smaller debris from going in and clogging my pump. So this just goes in, stays on the bottom. And I keep this 2x4 here so that it allows air to circulate through, but the fish don't jump out. I was having that problem of the fish jumping out when I would leave the lid cracked, if you remember on the other video. So what I did is I took this hose, and it's attached. I put this 1-inch pipe and attached it here. There's holes drilled all along the bottom here so that the water sprays out. And you probably won't be able to see them from that angle, but this pipe just comes off when I need to prime the pump, and stick it right back on there, and that's how it sets up. It's pretty simple. I have the same pond aerator filter system that I had since way back when. It's this one here, and it's still working fine. Let me show you how I set this one up here. So I put a filter in here. I actually turned it off because I needed to clean the filter, but this thing just comes open. And I just stuffed this in as a filter, which I need to wash it out and put it back in. So let me do that real quick. So this is what the filter looks like. They're brand new. They're like $5, and they're designed where you can cut them to size. So I just cut a couple of strips that I could roll together. And I'm going to wash that off real quick. And it's probably about time to replace these, but I'll just put them back together for demonstration purposes. But I just roll it up. Stuff it back in there. I should clean that canister out, but just so you guys get the idea of how this works. I'm pretty sure this thing was designed to sit upright like this, but when I got it, a couple of the legs were broken, so I cut it so it would sit flat and sit up in this position. The reason that I think it goes upwards is when this gets full or clogged, it builds pressure and then this canister starts leaking. So alright, I'm just going to get it running real quick and I'll show you how it works. Let me do that. Alright, so we got it turned on, water circulating through, and now you can see the water coming out through the holes that are drilled in the pipe, aerating the tank. It's working together as a filtration system. This is filtering, and this bottom one as well, sucking the water up and filtering through the full filter system. So let me add some water to this tank. Let that fill up a little bit, but that's my bait tank. It's worked great. I was working on another one. Let me show you. I bought this thing on Craigslist. They wanted 60 bucks for it, and I thought, man, it'd be a great bait tank, and it is a great bait tank. I was trying to make a filtration system for it out of this thing here. I had seen a video where they converted a ice chest deal like this into a filtration system, but I'm having a problem with it because it's sucking air from somewhere and I can't get it airtight, so that I can't really prime the pump. This is the pump I bought for it here, and so what I did for the meantime is I bypassed the filter and I hooked it up direct. Same setup as the other one. I went ahead and I cut a lid for it. Obviously haven't been using it, but holds a lot more water. And I mounted the bar underneath here for the water to return, so that it would aerate the water just the same. And it's a great tank. It's good for more bait, or you have a lot of bait, but I just need to get that filtration system working on it. Otherwise the water gets real murky and dingy. What I did pick up, and it's helped a lot, is this little sump pump. What I do when the water gets too dirty or dingy is I just dunk it in there, plug it in, flush the water out, and then fill it back up, and it's good to go. Same thing on this one if I want to clean this one out. So those are my two bait tanks. This is, like I said, this is the main tank that I like to use, and that's the secondary. Still need to work the kinks out on that one. But for those of you guys asking about my bait tank setup, there's a modified version or a revised version of it, and this little swimming pool pump has really been making a big difference. So hopefully this helps you guys out. If you guys want to make a bait tank, there's some ideas for you there. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.